Good morning, everyone. I'm Blaire Hansen. I work at Adobe. Some of you may know Adobe. We publish a lot of software in various categories, and our mission is really changing the world through digital experiences. And when you think about that, you sort of think about all the tools that are at our disposal to do that. The #1 marketing tool that we have is our website, adobe.com. So I want to talk a little bit today about how we've used LivePerson in conjunction with one of LivePerson's partners, Demandbase, to really improve how we're driving conversion on our website, particularly in the B2B segment, because that's an area that Adobe is focusing on, and it's something that we're really interested in driving more of. So we have a lot of opportunity and challenge on our website. One of the great things that we have going for us in Adobe, a lot of people don't have, we have an amazing amount of traffic. We're probably one of the top 25 most traffic websites in the world. So we get enormous amounts of traffic. But the challenge for us is that almost no one logs in at our website. So we have very low authentication rates, less than 5%. So we have lots of traffic, but almost everybody is anonymous. So we really don't know who these people are, why they're coming, what they want to do on the website. We have really big revenue goals for our web channel. So in the next couple of years, we're driving to have roughly about 1/5 of our company's revenue come from the website. So we have lots of pressure on the website to really deliver. Adobe as a company has driven a lot more focus on the B2B area. We're more traditionally known as a B2C company because we have offers like Photoshop, et cetera, but we really have also a very big set of solutions in the B2B space. We have a lot of focus on that. We've been using LivePerson for a few years, both for support as well as our B2C business and also our B2B business. So we had LivePerson in place, but we felt like there was really more that we could get out of it. And we knew we had a lot of opportunity given our situation. So what we ended up doing for our B2B business is really focusing on integrating Demandbase and LivePerson and using that to drive our B2B chats. Some of you may not be familiar with Demandbase. I'll talk a little bit more about it in a minute. But Demandbase is a partner of LivePerson. They drive, essentially based off of IP address, they recognize firmographic information for visitors on their site. So someone will come to the site, they will immediately be able to tell you information about them. That information feeds into LivePerson's prioritization engine from a chat perspective. Then we can use all of those company information attributes to prioritize our chats, give agents context about people who are showing up on the site, etc. So we've really been able to use that to maximize our B2B chat in a way that we couldn't when we were just using LivePerson alone. Because this is an opportunity to give agents more context about who's showing up at the site, helps us prioritize hot prospects a lot more. And we've really gotten a lot of success out of it. So let me talk for a minute about Demandbase, just to give you a little background about it. So Demandbase is really delivering that identity layer. And by identity, I don't mean PII. So it doesn't know that I am Blaire Hansen, but it will definitely tell you that I come from Adobe Systems, the headquarters is in San Jose, it has about 8,000 employees, etc. It provides that firmographic information. And once you have that firmographic information, you can start driving additional personalization. You can target relevant content, you can target chat, you can measure performance. We've also integrated Demandbase into Site Catalyst from a measurement standpoint. But today I just want to talk about what we've done from a live chat perspective. So we've integrated all of that information that Demandbase has provided into LivePerson, or I should actually say Demandbase did it for us, because one of the great things about this solution is that it required no IT resources from Adobe. So Demandbase and LivePerson did the integration for us, and I was the happy recipient of the results. So what happens in this scenario is someone comes to our website, and what the agent sees is essentially giving them a lot more context about the visitor. So you'll see we just did a quick snapshot here. It'll give information about the company, the location, the size of the company, so that when the agent starts the chat, instead of just having an anonymous visitor show up in a chat window and they have to poke around trying to figure out who that person is and what they might be interested in, they get a lot of context right off the bat. And that's really great from an agent perspective. It makes them a lot more productive, and it gives the visitor a much more relevant chat. Then you'll see on our website what shows up is that inside the chat window, behind the scenes, we're using Demandbase to send information to the agents to give context. We're also using Demandbase to prioritize the chat queue. So we have certain companies that we're targeting, say, 25 identify certain enterprise companies that we really want to talk to, or certain industries that we're targeting. This allows us, using the rules engine in LivePerson, to be able to prioritize those chats and throw those people right up to the top of the queue so we can start to talk to them right away. For Adobe, we use 3 criteria right now. We're exploring more to see how that will help improve our chat results. So it's company size. So we have a certain target for various markets where we want a company of over 1,000 people or 500 people. That's one criteria. Industry. So we target certain industries. So Adobe, for example, we focus on education. We have a big government initiative. We do a lot in financial services. So there are certain industries that are really important to us to target, and we have certain solutions that we know are relevant to those industries. And then we also look at what we call depth of pages on site. Essentially, I would call that a metric for engagement. So what's the degree to which people actually are exploring our site and looking at things and really trying to find answers? We equate that to being deeper into the conversion funnel. So we feel like those people are also better prospects for us from a CAC perspective. So all of that is fed into the rules engine, and those are the criteria that put these people at the top of the list from a CAC perspective. And then from a results standpoint, what we found is just an amazing improvement in our B2B chats. We drove our lead conversion by over 3%, by 3 times. We've also gotten much higher agent productivity. So not surprisingly, when the agents have that context, it really helps drive their business. And we found that really, really important from a B2B perspective. A lot of times on the consumer side, we use a lot of behavioral targeting at Adobe. So most of the consumer information is driven by behavior, what they do on their site. And you use that information to assume that they're part of a certain segment or they have certain behaviors. What we found on the B2B side is that having that information, that photographic information, is really important. Behavioral targeting has not worked nearly as effectively for us on the B2B side as having more, let's call it, known information about our customers. That's been hugely effective for us. We've also been able to, as I mentioned, give more context to our agents. This has really driven much more productive chats. Because again, when the agent has someone come up in the chat window and they know nothing about them versus being able to see all of this photographic information, not surprisingly, the agent can have a much more relevant, specific, targeted chat. It's also a better experience for our customers. One thing that we found is, again, this is pretty obvious, but when someone starts to chat on your site, they're reasonably well qualified, at least qualified enough to be able to raise their hand and say, hey, I'd like to talk to someone. They have a better experience when the agent knows something about them and can start right in with a much more relevant conversation. When that agent knows what industry they're in, can anticipate some of the needs or concerns of that individual, it results in a much better experience for our customers. So overall, we've had great results with this. We feel really, really happy. We're looking at other integrations that we can do to broaden our scope, but overall, just that integration between LivePerson and Demandbase has really given us a lot more information and context about our customers, which enabled us to prioritize them more effectively, target better prospects, provide more relevant chats, and make our customers happy. And what's not